Here we go.
We'll open the Historic Preservation Commission meeting for the City of Davenport, Tuesday, April 12th. Can I have a call of order, please?
Franken?
Yes.
Miranda?
Here.
Powers?
Here.
Lestegi?
Here.
McGivern?
Yes.
And
Here.
Sage is excused.
All righty, and we've got the minutes before us, so I need a motion for approval.
So moved. I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Take us to item number 3, communications. Staff?
Sure. So I've got a few items for us. The first one is the National Alliance of Preservation Commissions. They're holding a workshop on April 30th in Van Horn, Iowa. So they're offering attendance either virtually or in person. None of the speakers will be in person. So I'm guessing we'll all probably want to attend that one virtually. So topics are preservation, incentives, and benefits, identifying and designating historic resources, preservation planning, and then community engagement and building public support. So after the meeting, just come up to me and let me know if you plan on attending, and the city will cover the $25 registration fee. So next up, the city is starting what's called the Dream Plus program. So this is a grant program for homeowners within the city. So the city has allocated $2 million for the targeted area that includes much of the local Hamburg Historic District. So it's largely Gain Street from the 5th Street all the way up to Locust, and then about a block on each side of Gain Street. So the application window is the month of April. So they're offering a maximum grant award of up to $50,000, $40,000 of which can be for exterior improvements, and then up to 10 is for interior. And the interior improvements is dedicated largely towards mechanical improvements. So we think that this might lead to a spike in applications that we receive, at least through this commission. So stay tuned, because I know I've gotten a few phone calls from interested homeowners. Alderperson McGinnis reached out to me today, and I forwarded that email. She's hosting 2 public tours. So the first one's at Pine Knoll Vera French building. So that's at 2504 Telegraph Road. This isn't a locally designated or nationally designated historic landmark, but it is an older building that's being converted into senior apartments. So on Saturday, May 7th at 1 p.m., they're having a tour that's open to the public. And then if you recall, this commission reviewed the Hiller building, some exterior work last summer. So they're offering an open house to tour that structure at 316 Gain Street, Sunday, May 8th from about 1 to 4. So I'll let you know as we get closer if those times and dates change or anything like that.
Okay, thank you. Item number 4 is old business. We have none, which takes us to item number 5, new business.
Case number C0A22-04, request for exterior alteration at 630 West 5th Street. The John Rue House is located within a Hamburg Local Landmark Historic District. Tim is the petitioner. Staff?
All right, so this is a familiar home to us at the commission. So it was built in 1866 in a vernacular Greek Revival architectural style. Materials are largely a stone foundation with brick, and there have been several alterations to the home over the years, including a porch removal, basement entrance added, and a first-story window shortened. So today's project scope involves 3 different areas. So we'll kind of dive into each one, but it includes a rear porch addition along that north elevation, which is shown in yellow. Building a porch along the east side of the home, which is believed to have been removed at some point in time. So we'll be rebuilding a historic feature. And then demolition of a small east addition outlined in red. So here are the plans that have been provided by the applicant from a local architect. And then I'll break it down based on each project. So first is the east porch addition. So the east side of the home has a bump out along that northern edge. Has a bump out currently here, and they'll be extending a porch, covered porch, connecting to this corner of the building. So it'll cover the walkway entrance as well as the two doors. It's believed that there was a porch there historically, although we don't have a photo of that side of the house. But you can kind of see the brickwork. Looks like there used to be a roof line on that side of the home. So here are the drawings submitted by the petitioner. So it will have the covered roof. They will be pouring a concrete foundation, and the flooring will be a PV plank type of flooring. They will have wood columns with capitals along the top, extending to the new roof line. And then the roof will be shingled with an asphalt shingle that'll match the existing part of the home. The applicant has also found a decorative bracket to install just below the roof line. And they drew inspiration from a similar home in Iowa that has a similar type of bracket layout. So they'll be replicating that feature along that east porch. One of the things that the staff wanted to note is that the existing corner of the building has a hip roof. So their plans that were submitted showed this being reconfigured to a gable roof. So our recommendation is to maintain that hip roof at least along that northern edge of the building. And really the reason for that being is that the roof shape should retain and be consistent with its original configuration and character, and just to kind of minimize the number of alterations to the building. All right, so moving on, the rear porch addition. So there's no evidence of this being covered historically, so this would be an addition to the building. It's approximately 5 feet by 8 feet. It'll mimic the same material and architectural features as that east side porch. So we'll have the wood columns, the bracketing, the same type of floorboards installed as well. One of the items that we've pointed out to the commissioners that they do have their electrical service along that rear side of the building. So they'll have to work with either the utility company to have that relocated or slightly alter the dimensions of the porch just to steer clear of that feature. So here's just a profile from the west elevation. So this will be visible from Gaines Street from the west. They'll be using a vertical wood siding along that side of the gable portion of the porch. Final project component would be the demolition of this east addition. It's unclear when that was placed onto the building, but it's not original to the structure, and it's currently damaged and starting to peel away from the home. So the applicant's proposing to remove that addition, and behind the addition, there was originally a window there. That window opening still exists. It was extended down to the floor, so that way a door could be added in. So the applicant will be installing replacement brick that matches their brick exterior, and then installing a new limestone windowsill. So ultimately, it'll match that window that's directly adjacent to it on the first floor. So the commission on August 10th approved replacement windows on this building. So they are a Marvin window with a 6/6 grid pattern with an evergreen clad exterior. So staff are recommending a condition that this window that gets installed be that same window style to be consistent. So recommendation, we reviewed the project with conformance with the city's historic preservation code. Meets the following standards. The new addition and related new construction shall not be discouraged when such improvements do not destroy historic material, and design is compatible with the size, massing, scale, color, materials, and character of the property. And then 2, a proposed alteration or reconstruction should not negatively impact the scale of the designated property. Then using those same standards is how we got to our determination for that northern hip profile on the roof, which really just kind of states that the minimal number of changes necessary to maintain the property in a good state of repair shall be imposed with alteration and to preserve that original roof shape. So city staff is recommending approval of the project as presented, subject to 5 conditions. So the first one being that northern hip roof profile on the east elevation shall be preserved. 2, both the east and north porch shall be attached to the structure using the least invasive means possible to best preserve the brick exterior. So that'll kind of come down a little bit more to the building permit side with our building department, as well as with the applicant's architect and contractor. 3, the gutters along the east and north porch roof line shall match the style, material, and profile of the main structure. 4, the replacement window behind the east bump out addition shall match the Marvin windows that were approved by the commission at their August 10th meeting. Return the window opening to its original dimensions to match the adjacent first floor window. And finally, number 5, to provide replacement brick samples to city staff for review and approval. Replacement brick shall match the dimension, composition, and color of the existing brick exterior.
I see the petitioners are here. Do the petitioners have any desire to speak to the commission, or if they have any concerns about staff recommendation?
Good afternoon. Well, the number 1, the northern hip roof profile shall be preserved. We do not have a problem with that. That's probably going to be the best thing in the long run. The east-north porch, like Matt said, that's going to be kind of a workout deal with our contractor, the architect, and the City of Davenport Building Department as to how that all comes together. The gutters, yeah, there's no problem matching stuff up. Replacement window behind the bump out addition, there's still the brick arch there from the original window. They did not enlarge the opening. They kept the same width. So what they did was just put like Matt said, they took the brick down to the floor and put a door there. And the brick. Let's talk about the brick. Okay. As most of you know, unfortunately,
Would you stand behind the podium?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
as most of you know, unfortunately, there was a major fire in the Gold Coast with the H.H. Andreessen house. So the original part of that house is built, I think, about 1855, 1858. And the beautiful front part was built about 1880s, 1890. So after that fire, and they knocked the house down, I received permission to salvage some brick. And here is one of the brick off that house up there. It is the same width, height, length, color, everything. Probably came from the same brickyard. Wouldn't be surprised because John Ruch, the house that we have, he had a brickyard up there on the corner of 9th and Gaines. So.
If you want, you could pass it around, maybe starting
Sure.
with Kevin or Karen.
We'll start on this end and I'll collect it from Kevin.
Thank you. Are there any other comments or concerns that you want to?
Oh, I wanted to show you one thing here. This is an exact size of the bracket.
Oh, that'll be cool.
And we will have to shrink them down a little bit for that porch on the north end, but on the side porch, this is what they'll look like. Matt had wondered about the existing electrical box and service into the house. Well, I think you people will get to know me a little bit better because we have more plans down the road. One of which is building a garage that will probably mimic the barn that was there once upon a time for the horses. So my electrician said that's going to be an easy fix because he would run the electricity to a new service panel in the garage, and then we'll trench down to the house. So therefore, you don't really have this electrical panel and stuff in the way. It cleans it up, makes it look nice. So the back porch will probably be something I'm getting permission today, but it probably won't show up for a day or two.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Exciting. Very good. Is there anyone from the commission that has any questions for staff?
Matt, I know you said something about the flooring in the porch, but I didn't really hear it, I guess. Can you just say what that is, or mainly what's the width of the flooring?
So it's a 6-inch wide plank floor,
Thank you.
correct? Yeah.
All right. Good luck. When's construction start?
As soon as the bids come in, I pick myself up off the floor. It probably won't be a cheap project, that's for sure.
Don't forget to apply for the Dream Plus project, because you guys are in that area.
Oh
So,
yeah, we're working on it.
Good.
Yeah, thanks, Laura.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Some
Commission,
staff wanted to
any
examine the brick.
questions or comments? I need a recommendation from the commission.
I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness for the exterior alteration, subject to the 5 conditions recommended by staff.
I second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Franken,
Yes.
Miranda,
Yes.
Powers,
Yes.
Listagi,
Yes.
McGivern.
Yes. That takes us to other business. Any other business, Matt?
Not at this time, but we will have a work session after the meeting.
All right, this time for opportunity for public with comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address or speak to the commission? Seeing no one, I need a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
I got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned to work session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.